Hello! I'm now live! It's Turntable Tuesday, everybody. What we're doing today is Turntable Tuesday, and you join me from the motorhome. Now, there are two reasons that I'm in the motorhome. Number one, to get away from my family, because lockdown is great and everything for people who are putting it to good use and doing really important things. Lockdown is not helpful if you're homeschooling a 5-year-old and you've also got a 3-year-old, because it's just a complete nightmare. So I've escaped to the motorhome. And the other reason is it's actually a really nice place to just chill. It's so great. Well, I'm on the driveway, so it's not like I've gone anywhere. Look, there's the other car. Yeah, I've not gone anywhere, but honestly, it's just quite chilled in here. Sun's shining. Feels really nice. I just thought I would start this live Turntable Tuesday, or this series of live Turntable Tuesdays, with my favourite album. I mean, where else would I start? And this is it. This is it, everybody. There we go. So I absolutely adore this album. I first kind of got to know it when I was about 12. I used to be in a band, my school band, and we had it played on our bus. Basically, anytime we went to a gig, this was playing. I think my old music teacher used to absolutely love it. And so it was playing every single time we went anywhere. And it just kind of got into my head. And I think when you're 12, 13, 14, you don't kind of go, well, I didn't anyway. I didn't go, oh my God, what's this music? This is amazing. I hear this all the time. It just didn't get to me. And then when I was about 19, 20, I heard it again and I was like, whoa, hang on a second. I know this. What's this? And discovered that it was Donald Fagen. And at the same time, I was massively in love with Michael Brecker, who's a tenor, who was, sadly is no more, a tenor sax player, just one of the best tenor players that's ever lived. And so, and he plays on my favourite tune on this. So, should we have a listen? I mean, when I listen to music, I kind of drift away, and I'm going to slurp my coffee and maybe have some cake. But do what you need to do. I just thought it would be really nice if I actually play you what I'm talking about. So, this is a song called Maxine from the Nightfly. Come on. Oh, hang on. Oh, I turned it off, sorry. There we go. Joining me in the motorhome. Hi, everybody. It's quiet in here. Not for long. Okay, okay. There we go. Try and get the volume right. So this is Maxine. I'm probably going to talk over it, and I'm really sorry. This introduction is in 3/4. It just confused the life out of me until I realised that it's in 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. And then...
Some say that
oh my God.
They say we're much too young. Tell us to stop before we become.
Can you hear it properly? Too loud? Too quiet? Tell me.
Hold on till graduation. Try to hang on, Maxine.
One of the things that I really love about... oh, it's great. Okay, great.
While the world is sleeping,
one of the things that I love most about this song is these really close harmonies.
talk about life.
And they're so compact that you... I personally couldn't, sing each harmony.
Try to make sense of
Everything just is perfect. And Donald Fagen has this, eye for detail. Everything is stacked just perfectly. Nothing kind of overlaps. Hi, Caesar. Hi, Claudia. And then, in the middle 8,
like another
it's solo. And it just kind of, it soars for me. It just kind of goes off on its own.
But first, let's get off this highway. Off this highway.
Hi, if you've just joined us. We're listening to Maxine from the Nightfly. My favourite album ever.
Drive to the coast.
Rebecca. I'm not going to talk over this. God. And I love the way that it just kind of tails off, and that's the end of the side. So this is another thing that I blooming love about records, is that they were designed, like they're engineered properly. They have got two sides, beginning, middle, end, beginning, middle, end. That's how you do it. Like, that's how you design a record. So when I turn it over now, okay, we've just been lulled into this beautiful, you know, like floating away, the vocals soaring, it's late at night. You've just had that kind of, you're feeling quite sleepy. It's quite a soporific kind of end to the song, I think. And then what happens? What's like chapter 2? What's part 2 of this story? Let's see. And you're into New Frontier, which is just incredible as well. I'll probably talk a little bit over this. Yeah, I mean, what more could you want? So I think I got into Steely Dan through Donald Fagen, which is kind of weird, isn't it? It's not really the way that people do it. So I think this came out in Here we go. 1982. So this came out the year after I was born, 1982. Steve, you said you wanted some 80s. I'm not sure this is exactly what you meant, but it was released in the 80s. So Steely Dan had been going for really quite a long time before this album came out, and this is Donald Fagen's first solo album. A lot of the same people are on it, and it's the same producer, Gary Katz. I really hope I've got this right, because otherwise I'm going to sound like a complete wally. But I'm sure it is. Hang on, let me see. Come on, Big N. That's so weird, I can't find his name. Was it produced by Gary Katz? Heck, maybe not. Sorry about this, everyone. I think I should have done a little bit more homework. Chief engineer, masters. I can't find where it says produced by. Sorry, everybody. Oh yeah, here we go. Produced by Gary Katz. Woo! Phew! I do know what I'm talking about some of the time. So yeah, produced by Gary Katz, who produced a load of the Steely Dan stuff, or maybe even all of the Steely Dan stuff. And it's kind of got the same thing, but Fagen has got his own groove that he uses in this album, and then a lot in his subsequent albums, like Sunken Condos. You hear a lot of the grooves that you've heard in this. And I just absolutely love it. I mean, if you've never heard, who said it's all right, I suppose. Oh, I don't know if you're still here. Ricardo, Richard, are you still there, Richard? Sorry if you're not. So I'm in the motorhome, I'm listening to records. I mean, what else would you do on a Tuesday afternoon? So, hang on, let me turn that one off. I don't know if I'm just going to keep saying I blooming love this, but I do. And another thing that I love, obviously, in any kind of music, being a singer, is the stories that are told. That to me is really important. So in this album, you hear lots of his kind of maybe not adolescent, but the stories about his formative years, and I love this as well. So this is the liner note by Donald Fagen. The songs on this album represent certain fantasies that might have been entertained by a young man growing up in the remote suburbs of a northeastern city during the late 50s and early 60s, i.e. one of my general height, weight and build. I love that. It's basically like, this is the story of my childhood and how I wish it was. I just think it's amazing. So, love the Nightfly. Donald Fagen for me is the musical equivalent of John Irving. Does anybody else get that? Like, John Irving's books, they're a bit weird and wonderful and crazy, and you're like, these stories, if they'd happened to somebody, would have just been completely nuts. I don't know. Would any of these ever actually happen? I don't know. But anyway, I love it. So this is the second record that I'm going to talk about today, because I just cannot get enough of it right now. It's Graceland by Paul Simon. Love it. Now, so I woke up the other night thinking about diamonds on the soles of her shoes. I don't know why, it was just suddenly in my head, and I've got a theory about it. I think it's about heroin addiction. Bear with me. I don't actually want to play it because it's not my favourite song on the album. I think I might just play you my favourite song on this album. It's tricky because when I was growing up, and this came out in '86, so I kind of remember this coming out and hearing You Can Call Me Out like all the time. I just remember that and Wake Me Up Before You Go Go by Wham and Karma Chameleon. Oh, I love that song. All the time. And yeah, Call Me Out I just heard it all the time and I just love it. It's kind of ingrained in me, I think. But I really do love... Oh, I've just turned that off. Sorry about this, everybody. I don't have one of those really lovely, you know, systems. It's just me and a not quite portable record player. Yeah. And if you've just joined, I'm in the motorhome because it's quiet here and it's quite nice and chilled. Okay, this is my favourite song on this album. Ooh, if I can find it. Hang on. Oh, sorry of everyone. Is it there?
I said,
no.
am I to blow?
Yeah, here we go. Okay, not Graceland. Controversial. If you've just joined, we're listening to Graceland by Paul Simon. Of course we are. It's a combination of everything, I think, but I love this groove. I love that snare drum, that just completely massive snare drum. It's huge, isn't it?
I guess you thought I was alright. Alright,
And I kind of like... I like the fact it's kind of jangly. I like that jangly guitar.
I said, who am I to blow against the wind? I know.
And then vocal harmony. Love a bit of vocal harmony. I realise that this is a massively geeky Turntable Tuesday. But we're in lockdown and I feel like I don't have anyone to talk to about all this. So I'm talking to you. I just love it. I love it. There's the energy. It's very...
It really reminds me of money.
It's really kind of pushing along, isn't it? It's like it's not laid back. It's not swing. It's like fully going for it.
It really reminds you of money. She said, who am I to blow against the wind? I know. I say what I said. We come and we go.
Bloody love that. Is anyone else smiling like me? Are you all really excited? I'm really excited. I told the boys that they were saying poo. So now whenever this plays at the house, they run around shouting poo. Oh, Claudia, I'm so glad you're still here. Yeah, Under African Skies is just incredible, isn't it?
She moves so easily, all I could think of was sunlight.
And I also really love this. I love the story. They're just kind of sparring. They obviously fancy each other. There's this flirtation going on, but they're almost a little bit abrasive with one another. I know you love that song, Dan. I was thinking of you yesterday, but I do think it's about heroin addiction. It's not good. Claudia, I think we'll let this one play and then we're going to listen to some of the drums. Born in 82, you're young. I was born in 81 actually. I'm not quite as young as my family. See, I'm hiding from them in the motorhome. It's great. Right, I'm going to put on Under African Skies actually for Claudia, sorry. Because you love that. And now you've said about the drums, I really want to hear what they sound like. Where are we? Number 2. Yeah, I apologise again about the slight shitness of my record player. It's on the list, but do you know what? Everything in my house just gets blooming destroyed at the moment. I've got this new album that I bought, like, maybe it was even in March. Maybe it was that nearby. And Hunter scratched it. Like, and when he scratches something, he properly goes for it. So, Young Gun Silver Fox, scratched. What's it called? Countdown to Ecstasy, scratched. And Innocent Man, scratched. That boy will be lucky if he gets to go to university at this rate. Oh yeah. It's a kind of... This is the story of how we begin to remember. It makes me think of Footsteps, this groove. This is the powerful pulsing of love. It's kind of deliberate and soft. After the dream of falling and calling. I think it's that bass line. These are the roots of rhythm and the roots of rhythm. It feels like it's someone just walking, steady. So unassuming, isn't it? And so lovely. If you've just joined, we're listening to Graceland by Paul Simon. It was ringing around my nursery door. Because we can, can't we? We're in lockdown. We can do whatever we like as long as we're out. I'm not out. I'm in the motorhome. And popped up on the driveway because it's quiet here. Kids don't know where I am. This is the story of how we begin to remember. So lovely. So lovely. This is the powerful pulsing of love in the vein. And I get a little bit obsessed with, like, if I love an album, I have to know everything about it. I mean, I don't know everything about it because I don't retain information that well. But I was... It's like 3 o'clock in the morning the other night. I had my theory. I had my kind of epiphany about Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes, and I started googling this album, and I read the story of Call Me Al, and I just love it. So he was at a party. Paul Simon was at a party with his wife, who at the time was called Peggy, and this kind of dignitary, I think, this kind of important person. As he left, just went, "Bye, Al. Give my love to Betty." And he's like, "Those are not our names." And then years and years later, he wrote a song about it. I think that's where songs come from, isn't it? This is so pretty. Is it Linda Ronstadt on this? I think it's Linda Ronstadt. She got loads of flack for this. It's the booms and the softeners, yeah. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, like when it was released, I didn't realise that there was a cultural, what's it called when you're not allowed to do business with somebody? Come on brain, I can't remember. Anyway, but at the time you were not allowed to like engage South Africa or South African musicians in any artistic endeavours. Oh, if someone knows what the word is that I'm striving for, please let me know. And because it was apartheid, and so Paul Simon just went, no, I'm not having that, I'm just going anyway. So he went and employed all these musicians. I think he, as far as I can work out, he paid them quite well, but because it was illegal and because people thought that he was taking advantage of South Africa and its heritage, it was very controversial. Like, he was on a death list. He was at the top of somebody's hit list. Yeah, but I mean, thank goodness that all of this happened, because where would we be without Graceland? Poorer, that's where we would be. I'm just going to put on a tiny bit of You Can Call Me Al, because it just makes me so happy. Reminds me of my youth, innit? See if I've got it at the right level. I must stop turning off the record player. Ah, so good. I think I'm going to learn this tin whistle solo. Gotta have one in the right key though. I've got one in D. What key is this in? Someone with perfect pitch, please.
A man walks down the street, he says, why am I soft in the middle now? Why am I soft?
I would love to know where he gets these ideas from.
So hard. I need a photo opportunity.
Because obviously,
I want a shot of redemption.
It's nothing to do with being called Al at a party, is it? Hi, if you've just joined. We're listening to Graceland. Hi, Togs.
Just a beer, get these mutts away from me, you know. I don't find this stuff amusing anymore.
I love it. And I've still never seen the video. That's your favourite song. Amazing.
I can call you Betty.
Love the bass riff. I know, but did you know that it's actually played and then reversed, which means it's physically impossible to play?
Why am I short of attention?
Googling 3 o'clock in the morning.
Short little span of attention, and oh, my nights are so long.
I think
Where's
we're going
my
to leave
wife
it with this
and
one.
family?
So good.
What if I die here? Who'll be my role model? Now that my role model is gone. You duck back down the alley with some roly-poly little bat-faced girl. All along, there were incidents and accidents, there were hints and allegations. If you'll be my bodyguard, I can be your long lost.
This makes me so happy. Is there anybody else smiling from ear to ear?
I can call you Betty.
Yeah.
When you call me, you can call me.
That's not quite a smile. Is that a smile? Yeah, thanks. I think that was on Wikipedia, Darren. I'm not quite sure. I've got to learn this. Hola! Right, get ready for the bass riff because I think it's coming up. So it's physically impossible to play because the bassist played it and then they reversed it. Have a listen. Is it now? I think it's now. Oh, I've got it wrong. Do we hear it again? I can't remember. Hi, if you've just joined. We're just listening to records.
A man walks down the street. It's a street in a strange world. Maybe it's the third world. Maybe it's his first time around. Doesn't speak language. Holds no currency. He is a foreign man. He is surrounded by the sound. Cattle in the marketplace. Scatterlings and orphanages. He looks around. He sees angels in the architecture. Spinning in infinity. He says, hey, hallelujah. If you be my bodyguard, I can be all
Man, it makes me so happy. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Phonograph Systems, you're going to send me some record. Well, you have sent me some record cleaner. Thank you. It's not arrived yet, but when I review the Eagles, it's going to be sounding lush because of you. Thank you. Also, let me know what you're listening to today. Yeah, I've never seen the video. Isn't that absolutely shocking? Like, Andy keeps telling me about the video and I've never seen it. It's just terrible. Yeah, let me know what you're listening to on your record players or not, on your phone, on your laptop. Sang this with a 30-piece band and the bass player almost cracked it. Yay! It's Sorry, we were waiting for that. Oh no, do you know what just happened? I just got done by Instagram for playing someone else's music. Rats! I did kind of think, am I going to just play the music or not? But I'm going to have to stop because I've just been busted by Instagram. So listen, I think we'll leave it there for today, but thanks so much for joining me for a bit of Turntable Tuesday and having a bit of a chat and a listen to two of my favourite records. So we listened to The Nightfly by Donald Fagen and Graceland by Paul Simon. And I just love those albums, but obviously been busted by Instagram, so I'm going to have to think of something else to do for next Turntable Tuesday, or just revert to the photos because obviously I'm in trouble.